Welcome to Ken and Denny's world. Today we are talking about a Sram Red group set. It's not the newest one. You may wonder why are we talking about an old stuff. This one was being sold up till 2012. We have 2016 right now. But I would really at least like to encourage you to at least consider buying a used components instead of breaking the bank or taking a loan just to buy the newest ones. The older stuff is not always a good one, not always the best, but quite often it will be good enough. Sometimes it will be even better, and always it will always be much cheaper. So we're gonna just talk about Sram Red components today, up to 2012 with Sram Apex rear derailleur. Let's just start with what we do not have in this older Sram Red group set. Well, we do not have 11 speed, so we will have 10 speed cassette, of course 10 speed specific right shifter and 10 speed specific crankset with chain rings and the chain. So we do have 10 speed. Do we really need 11 speed? That's a very good question, and I also encourage you to see my other episode about 10 versus 11 speed cassettes and even 9 speed. So in my opinion 10 speed is just enough. It's lighter, it's easier to adjust in my opinion, and it's much cheaper to maintain, which is very important for me, for the guy that's doing really thousands of kilometers every year. What we do not have also in this group set, and it's available for the newest one, is the yaw front derailleur. This is just the standard, like classic parallel derailleur. So it will just shift your chain up and down, and it works like parallel to the line of your frame. The newest yaw derailleur will just move like this at the angle when upshifting and downshifting, actually making no need for trimming. So the left shifter will not have any trimming option, and there will be no chain rub on the derailleur's cage. The yaw front derailleur is something I would like to have. We don't have it in this older group set, but as you know, the newest stuff would cost around, I don't know, $2,000, something like that, a whole group set. A used one in very good condition you can buy right now from $500 to $800, which is not so much for so light components. What do we have here? Well, we do have a very cool 10-speed cassette, in my opinion quite durable. The shifting is very crisp. I do not feel like it's any better right now with the 11 speed. This one is 1132 teeth, and it weighs 297 grams, which is quite light for such a large sprocket. And then I don't have the Sram Red rear derailleur right now. It's the Sram Apex. The Sram Red will look much more cool, which will be considerably lighter. But in terms of the shifting, at least I do not feel any difference. Then of course the chain that will work with our 10-speed cassette. The cassette is OG 1090 and the chain is PC 1091R. It looks nice, and you don't have to change it too often. I'm gonna tell you more about 11-speed specific chains for Shimano and FSA. How often do I have to change those? Now let's just go for the brakes. We don't have anything like fancy dual pivot, like, you know, this symmetrical pivot system. It's just a simple calipers so they work like this, but I didn't have any problem adjusting those brakes. No rubbing, and those braking pads would wear down actually evenly for on both sides. So I'm really happy with these. These are very light. I will tell you exactly on the scale. It should have. They should have around 130 for one. I have 142, and both will have 282. So 141 grams for each with new brake pads is just fine. It's okay. The front derailleur we have, it's not the yaw derailleur, but we do have a cool titanium cage here, and it's really durable. You can see here that there is not so much scratches even on it. I wouldn't even call it a wear. It's just some, you know, rubbing of the chain. So this one is really good. For me, it's always nice to have a durable materials used to build my bike. And then of course the crankset, which is carbon and the aluminum. What I love about this crank is the inside of the crank with this huge SRAM sign. It really looks cool, and you do like I do like these graphics from the inside, because when you're spinning your crank, this huge sign SRAM with the silver finishing here, it's really visible, so it looks nice. And the crankset is of course quite light. Let's just check it out on our scale if you're interested in how much weight you would save when for example replacing your force or rival into used Sram Red components. The crankset is 626 grams for compact, 3450 teeth, and 170 millimeters the length of the crank. It's unidirectional carbon fiber. It's quite also durable. You don't see also many scratches on the crankset, and when you hit something with the arm, it will not break or it will not be damaged, get damaged very easily. I'm happy with this one. And finally, what's maybe most important for me, it's the shifters. Let's just put them on the scale. Complete 294 grams. 294 grams. What do we have here? We do have a very cool looking shifter. We do have a double tap shifting system here. I've done another video about this one. It's not the one I will prefer. It's not so intuitive for me, and I don't like that the lever, the shifting lever, can be pulled to my hand, actually to my handlebar, because it happens to me sometimes when I'm shifting, so I don't feel it very well. But I know many riders who just love the system. Just, you know, one click, up shifting, two clicks, down shifting, and then you can make a larger inwards push, down shifting up to 3 sprockets. So many people would like it. For myself also, these levers could be a little bit larger. When we compare those two Shimano levers, this is of course the Tiagra, but that would be roughly the size of the newest Ultegra 105 or Dura Ace. You can see a lot of difference. This one is very compact, but I do prefer a larger lever. Even though there is an easy way to adjust the reach of those levers, I would rather prefer reaching a longer ones from my drops. So that's the difference. For small hands, it's okay. I don't have very large hands. I think I have just mid-sized hands. It's also a matter of just getting used to these. I have always been riding larger levers, but I'm quite sure that I will never like the double tap. I will never prefer double tap, and I would like to have a little bit larger or even wider also levers, which are, for example, in the Ultegra and Dura Ace components. So guys, $500 to $800 for the well-maintained group set, or the group set that hasn't been ridden too many kilometers. I think it's just a very good price. I would search for something around $600. You've got very light components, you've got 10 speed, which is just enough in my opinion. 11 speed doesn't give me so much difference in terms of my cadence and my pedaling efficiency. This is light, this is easier to maintain, in my opinion, very good. If you've got one, let us know in the comments. What do you think about these? Did you have any problems with Sram Red? I didn't have any. I was just testing this group set for a couple of days, but I have had quite often different components from Sram Red, but no problems. So I'll be happy to hear from you. What do you think about it? Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon in another episode. Bye bye.